My name is Esiodua Akumia, and it's time for a great conversation. For those of you that love music, gospel music in particular, for those of you that love to experience great and quality live concerts when it comes to gospel music, this conversation is for you. Gospel artists also, this conversation is for you. Now, my guest here, he's the production manager from Ultimate Music. Now, I know that quite a number of you have heard about Halal Afrika. The notion that I had about Halal Afrika was that it's South African owned, because a lot of South African artists were on the event that was circulated on social media. So it gave me the notion that it's South African owned, but no, apparently Ghanaians own Halal Afrika, which is just an event, and the Ultimate Music. I hope you're getting me. But you know, Isaac Pedro is here. He will give us the perfect explanation to all of this. And the reason that Halal Afrika hasn't come to Ghana yet, but has been, keeps on going around, has been to South Africa, US, why? Isaac. Anyways, good morning, Isaac. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited about this conversation. And
sure,
yes, so Isaac is also known as Abi Small.
Yeah.
Yes, so you prefer I call you Abi Small?
Yeah, that's fine. It's actually even more popular than my real name.
Okay.
Sometimes I mention my name and people begin to find out who it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so Abi Small has been has become my name.
Right.
And my official name has actually been hidden for a while. So call me Abi Small, it's still fine.
Abi Small.
Yeah.
Okay, so Abi Small. Right. Now, earlier offer, you were telling me that Halal Afrika is on the Ultimate Music.
Yeah.
So Halal Afrika is just an event or a musical artist.
Yes.
Right.
An
So
artist,
explain that.
Yeah. So Halal Afrika is an artist or a group under the Ultimate Music group.
Okay.
And it's become an event, a festival, call it a music festival.
Music festival.
And it's organized every 2 years.
Okay.
So the first event was organized in the United States of America.
Right.
And the second one was taken to South Africa. And the third one was also taken to South Africa. So I know where you are going with this one.
Thank you.
But it's been quite a beautiful journey for us at Ultimate Music Group, because the whole idea of Halal Afrika is interesting. The fact that the Own brothers, who are Ghanaians by birth, went to the US, realized that the church service in the US is kind of segregated. You see Cameroonians, grouped at a place, worshiping. You see Ghanaians grouped at a place. You find some Kenyans and other countries, grouped at a place. And they were like, why are we worshiping the same God and we are separated? So the idea of putting together an event or a platform that will bridge this divide
gap,
is what precipitated the whole Halal Afrika concept.
So that is the reason that for Halal Afrika you've had different gospel artists performing.
Exactly. So
okay.
The other reason is to make it a global event. Something that is not only for Ghanaians, something that is not only for Africans, but try to propagate the whole concept of African worship and make it global. So you will find American artists on the program or the event. You will find African artists on the event and all that. So it looks to bridge a certain divide, where we are worshiping God separately, but rather bring everyone together under one roof and then praise God.
Okay, so Halal Afrika, so it started in the United States. Although those who own it are Ghanaians. They're Ghanaian born.
That's true, yes.
Living in the US, the Own brothers.
Yes.
Living in the US. And so the very first concert was in 2017, I believe?
2017.
2017. Yes. So how was the outcome in the US like?
Yeah, so just like every newborn or every new event, we had some challenges.
Okay.
But it turned out successful, and that is what motivated the On Brothers to push it.
Push it harder.
And so it was successful. The attendance was massive. The songs were solid.
Okay.
So if you go on our social media and our website, the first event was titled or themed "My Best Worship."
Okay.
And it had artists from Africa, artists from the United States on it, and it was superb. So that pushed the On Brothers to say, okay, since it is an African concept, why don't we take it back home? So the first African concert was organized in South Africa, and that was The Moment. And
I'm wondering why they didn't come to Ghana. The On Brothers, why? Because you're Ghanaians, you wanted to take it back home.
Yeah.
But decided to do it in South Africa.
Yeah, charity begins at home, but
right.
It's all about the timing.
The timing.
So yes, it's about the timing. We will come back home pretty soon, and that is a special announcement that is going to be made.
But why South Africa though?
Okay, so South Africa, like we all know, is really, really, really musically inclined.
Okay.
Their background, everything of theirs, their passion for music is, I don't know if it's because of the political background where they're coming from. Usually their escape is the music, and they patronize music.
Okay.
If you've watched our videos, you will understand what I'm saying. The attendance, the hype, the patronage, the reception, everything. And there is this conception about South Africans that they are violent. I mean, there's violence everywhere, but when you get there, every South African who greets you like my brother, my sister, my brother, So you feel at home. That is not to say there aren't bad guys. Every location has their own. Even in the States, I'm sure crime rate there is on the high side compared to South Africa. But I can assure you that South Africa is a beautiful place. The last event, which is the Through It All event we had, we included a tour package for people who would want to not just go and then witness the event, but will also want to tour South Africa, have fun, visit the safari. Yeah, so we had great fun over there. But to top it all was the Through It All event, which was so far like the best that we've had.
So speaking about South Africa, one of the brothers, I think Godfred, mentioned that there was a point where there was a technical hitch, and the concerts it had to pause, not stop. I had to pause, and whilst it was pausing, if you had to compare such an instance to Ghana, it would have been different. But these South Africans started chanting their songs.
I think that was an epic moment in the whole program lineup.
Yeah.
Technical hitches, you expect them. Sometimes you have a backup plan.
And someone will be complaining, and some will start getting up that they are leaving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can tell you for the moment, the one we had before the recent one, we had such a glitch.
Right.
But that we quickly switched, and we had an MC at the time. So the MC now took over and was in the audience, interviewing the audience and, seeking their spouse. We were working on the technical glitch.
Cool.
But this time around, we couldn't do that. And the audience, you should have been there to experience this. And that is why I love South Africans. They just took up the whole auditorium and started singing their songs. And they were singing in harmony. Songs that were like, if it was a song like Oseye Ghana, every one of them in the auditorium was singing it.
Okay.
It was so emotional, it was so epic. I was just amazed at the way they just took over and so you wouldn't feel that there was something even going on. You wouldn't feel it. And for me, it was such an epic moment for us, for that program.
What do you think has been, some of the issues in relation to the reason they haven't come to Ghana yet? Or Ghana wasn't on the first list of coming back home?
So, I want to be very diplomatic about this one, but we simply haven't come here because of the timing. We want to have a special program for the Ghana market. And are you
sure it's not because maybe Ghanaians will not respond in the same,
that is why I wanted to be
the energy.
I wanted to be very diplomatic, but since you mentioned,
yes,
Ghanaians, we are a bit conservative conservative about programs like these. You know, the way these South Africans were even singing along, songs that were new. These songs are not out. The songs were written, produced by Halal Afrika. It was now being performed live on stage, and the audience, they were singing like they've heard the song before, and their reaction to it.
But you know, things have changed now in Ghana, right?
I really,
because there have been
really
a lot of gospel artists here in Ghana who have organized live concerts. The turnout has been amazing.
Live concerts, maybe probably the songs are already out and they know the songs, and you know, sometimes production-wise you would have to even plant people in the audience to react to the songs. Ghanaians generally are really very conservative and do not readily react to situations when it comes to music, and so the patronage. And I'm just looking forward to the day where an event will be advertised and Ghanaians will be all over it, and make the artist feel like this
is happening. It's happening. It's really happening. We've had Joe Metal, who has had live concerts here in Ghana, Emoji Music, who has had live concerts here in Ghana. We've had, a lot of these live performances. Recently, we had Cece Chum, who is promoting her song, and it was a live recording.
Yeah, so these artists are artists that are popular and very well known, and they've had hit songs after hit songs, and so whenever they put up a show, people want to go and have a look at what is happening. But I can promise you that even at the show, you will have a song that is jamming, and people will just be seated. And a song that is so worshipful.
So that's one problem.
You for a live show, the whole the ultimate for that is to have people react to the song.
Don't you think that should depend on the artist, how the artist is going to deliver, the delivery of the artist?
Yeah, partly, but also, okay, so as an artist, whatever song you are singing needs to minister to you so you can minister to the audience.
Okay.
So, but I don't know. We will come.
Please come, because I want to let you guys understand. Ghana is ready. We are prepared more than, God knows how long. We are ready to have, this experience, because you've had Ghanaian artists on performing on at Halal Afrika.
Yeah.
You've had Joe Metal.
We've had Joe Metal. We've had Akesi Brempong on the Ultimate, the Moment edition, and a few other ones in the United States. And
you had to fly them to South Africa to perform, right?
Yeah, sure. we do. We have to fly them there. Just like if we are coming to Ghana, we would have to fly other artists
from around the world.
So we will come, and maybe for me to, I don't know if I'm allowed to release this, but our 10th anniversary, we would want to come to Ghana.
Thank you.
So that's why I'm saying the timing now. Halal Afrika is gaining popularity. People are getting to know us, and so we believe that the right time to come will be when now they know that there is a Ghanaian, precipitated event or artist who is making waves around the globe. And so when they decide to come to Ghana, people will now be ready to receive.
I wonder how they fund all this.
Sponsorship? It's been good. You'll be surprised to know that there hasn't been any form of external help from any corporate organization or individual. It's always been the On Brothers.
The On Brothers use their own monies.
Yes, they are their own money. God works in mysterious ways. I think it is their own way of also showing their appreciation to God. If you know these guys, you will just love them for what they do.
Okay.
It costs a lot to organize an event like this. Because the price tag on even the artists, to fly them from wherever they are to the venue, to host them in a hotel, feed them for the number of days they are there, the crew, the production, everything, every single thing is on them.
And the crew and production are paid at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so the
well,
events,
most of them are voluntary workers, but then you can't let them go just like that.
Yes.
Some are flown to the place.
Okay.
It's not their ticket. Some they are given accommodation. So there is some sort of what you call compensation for their time and effort.
Okay.
And but most of them somewhat are given something at the end of the day.
Okay, so is it that the event itself is ticketed, or it's for free?
The event is ticketed.
Okay.
But it only takes care of a certain portion of the event. So you want to also make it such that the ticket is affordable for people to be able to buy and then attend.
Okay.
And so in most cases we are just about breaking even. They're just about breaking even because sometimes, I mean, one or two occasions we've not really hit the target, but I mean, as something that you are doing in appreciation for God's blessing upon your life, you don't even think about what you are going to get in return. But then you are able to cut down on some costs because of the tickets, to pay for venue, pay for some production, aspects of the production, and then a few other cost elements within, the budget.
Why don't you guys go try and seek sponsorship? What is stopping you from seeking sponsorship? Because it would definitely lift off some level or amount of burden. Yeah, why don't you seek for sponsorship?
Whenever there's sponsorship, the dynamics change a bit.
Because sponsorship is actually an issue here in Ghana. And, when it comes to artists here in Ghana, and when it comes to events being organized here in Ghana, seeking for sponsorship. So if as big a brand as Ultimate Music and Halal Afrika is, what really is stopping you from seeking?
So if I limit it to Ghana, I feel that there is sponsorship fatigue in the system. It's just a few corporate organizations that are still paying or supporting and sponsoring a whole lot of other events.
Sponsorship fatigue?
Yes.
Okay.
So look at a company like MTN. MTN is sponsoring almost every single popular, event. Banks do not really support Christian or gospel or religious, events.
Okay.
You have corporate bodies who will say that our CSR is not geared towards a religious event, and so it is difficult for an event like Halal Afrika to get sponsorship because it's a religious body.
Oh.
Then, like I said, sponsorship fatigue. There are same corporate institutions who are sponsoring a whole lot of other events. Okay. So when you don't go like 2 years ahead of your time, it's like you are late. So, oh no, our budget, we've exceeded.
So it's advisable to do it. Let's say if you know you're going to organize a concert in 2024, you start seeking sponsorships now.
Exactly.
Or 2025. Now.
So you start talking, you start looking at the dynamics. Okay, how do I fit into their CSR? Because that is where they are going to pick up the money from. Unless they have a budget set aside to sponsor events like Halal Afrika. So it's tough. But God has been gracious to the own brothers that they don't take money from any corporate institution. And if I'm not wrong, the last event we had in South Africa cost us about over $100,000 to organize. Okay. It's way more, but like I said, see, when you're doing it for God, He also provides or makes a way for you.
Makes the way for you.
Even if there are other friends who put their money together, it is still, within that clique of, friends.
Okay.
Me, for instance, I wouldn't mind working for free.
Okay.
Because of Halal Afrika.
Okay.
And the kind of blessings that even has come out of just working for God, And I know of other testimonies from the crew members who, after working and not taking anything, the kind of blessings they've also received. So it's been God, and it's still God. It will continue to be God. But I'm really happy for the On Brothers for what they are doing.
Okay, Abismo, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you too.
And we hope that indeed when the 10th anniversary, you will come to Ghana.
Yeah, sure.
For us to have a very great live concert right here in Ghana. And so my guest has been Abismo. He prefers to be called Abismo, who is a production manager with Ultimate Music. Halal Afrika is just a musical artist under Ultimate Music. Thank you once more and have a lovely morning.